We're live, Mr. Chair.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This meeting is the Arts, Parks, Health, Education, Neighborhoods Committee. It's now called to order. Today is Tuesday, September 14th, 2021, and the time is 2 o'clock. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Councilmember John Lee.
Present.
Councilmember Mike Bonin.
Present.
Councilmember Mark Lee Thomas. You have two members, sir. You have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Mr. Clerk, can you please state the rules and guidelines for those wishing to offer public comment at today's meeting?
Certainly, sir. Members of the public who would like to offer public comment on the items listed on the agenda should call 1-669-254-5252. Again, the number is 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 161-368-1180. Again, the meeting ID number is 161-368-1180, and then press pound. Press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute.
Thank you very much. Mr. Clerk, Mr. King, can you please begin public comment?
Yes, Mr. Chair. For callers that wish to speak on an item or general public comment, please press star 9 on your device to request to speak. You can do that now. Callers will have 1 minute to speak on general public comment and a maximum of 2 minutes to speak on agenda items. Please keep your comments on topic and under the purview of this committee. If you do not do so, you will receive one warning from either the city attorney or the chair. If you do not immediately get back on topic, your time will be forfeited and we will move on to the next caller. Caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Yes, I'll be known as Jose Weezar for today. All items and general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute for general public comment and 2 minutes for the items. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we have today Irma Becerra Nunez to the El Pueblo Monument. Now, the El Pueblo Monument has been fucking people who are merchants inside the historic core. So if she's going to fuck them, then I say no on number 1. No on number 2. Margarita Dero Quiroz. She doesn't go to meetings hardly anymore. She doesn't care about the Board of Neighborhood Commissioners. No on number 2. Number 3. Mirna and Ban. Yes, the Commission on Disabilities is a good commission, except they have somebody there named Mr. Simon. And Mr. Simon won't let Goat Puppet ever speak at the meeting anymore since COVID. Fuck them. Number 4, Fabian Garcia. We don't know who she is, do we? She's a good one. Oh, well, then we support her, yes. Now, number 5, we have Robert Betonte. Yes, he's an asshole. So, of course, you'll approve him. I'll oppose number 5. Then number 6, Patricia Alarcon. Now, she's a nice lady. She let Goat Puppet speak. I support number 6. And then number 7, another one, Aaron Thomas. Does he want to be on the El Pueblo Monument? I have him with me here right now. Aaron? No, I don't want to be on that commission. I hate it. Yes, then we demand he be on there. Number 8, aging report. Yes, everybody's getting older, including Staffer B, Jose Weezar, and Mike Bonnet. We're all getting too old. Yes, on number 7. Number 8. And remember, Norm MacDonald died today, so you know that we're all getting closer
Caller,
to that
you have
day.
1 minute of general public comment.
Yes, so regarding the chair, I believe you want to take a look at document 235 and CR 20-326 JFW, United States of America versus Jose Luis Huizar, as he explains how you might be able to get out of your future indictment. Because if anybody's a city councilman, they can be the next one to be indicted. So remember, there's 86 pages here, and Gut Puppet is only a block away. Say the word, and I'll print you out a free copy before I leave. Really, you'll do that? Yes, I want everybody to know that Jose Huizar is the saint of all developers. Yes, they're trying to get him out of this thing, but remember.
Thank you, caller. That's your time. Caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, Daniel Gus, all items in general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 2 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Great, thank you. This is going to be repetitive because I see a lot of the same problems here. Mr. Lee is a guy whose name has been mentioned in all sorts of discussions for the ongoing federal corruption probe into the city of Los Angeles. You, above all chairs for the committees, should make sure that every single nominee has in their financial disclosure statements. Ms. Irma Becerra may be a very nice person, but there's no financial disclosure statement. And how did we get to be September 14th when this is due by the 17th? Similarly, item number 2, financial disclosure statement pending. This one you have until the 23rd. What are you rushing this for, Mr. Lee? You, of all people, should know better in this era of the federal investigation. Ms. Cabanban, you have until the 23rd. By the way, Ms. Cabanban, if you're listening, I had to sue the city, and I won, by the way, to make retrofits to the City Hall media room. Now, where was the Commission on Disability then? I've had 2 back surgeries. And where was this commission then? What changes are you going to be making now? Because the city is now 2 months past the court order, and I'm telling you, I will have my attorney, and you will pay for his legal fees if you don't honor the court order by the required date. I sued and I won, and I will hold you guys, your feet to the fire if those retrofits ordered by the court are not done by the required date. Item number 4. Mr. Garcia, financial disclosure statement pending. You have until the 23rd, Mr. Lee. Why are you rushing this through? You, above all people, should know. You seem like a nice man, but why are you rushing this through? Item number 5, financial disclosure statement pending. This you have until the 24th. Why
Caller, you have 1 minute of general public comment.
Great, I'm going to continue on. Item number 6. Ms. Alarcon, financial disclosure statement pending. You have a whole week to get this done. How long does it take to do a financial disclosure statement? Now, here's the problem. Did anybody notice this? Time limit filed September 24th. Last day for council action, the 21st. So how are you gonna square that circle? How are you gonna square that circle for Ms. Alarcon? You guys, I'm telling you, Mr. Lee, you got to get this stuff squared away, or I might start writing articles asking why these are being rushed and why these dates are conflicting. Mr. Aaron Thomas, financial disclosure statement pending. That you have until the 27th, but last day for council action the 21st. Who are you guys working for? Who are you guys working for? That's it, guys.
Thank you, caller. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, Mauro Kakusian for general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Mauro Kakusian with Physicians for Social Responsibility LA and the Stand LA Coalition. Over 100 organizations from across the city support phasing out oil drilling to protect the health of our communities. From South LA to Wilmington to Porter Ranch, communities need bold policies to protect public health and the environment. It's been over 4 years since a formal process started in this council to address neighborhood oil drilling and it's been 10 months since the current motion to phase out oil drilling was passed by its first committee. The weight of evidence from the scientific community on the harms of living near oil wells was already strong, but in the last year has only gotten stronger with new studies from Stanford, UC Berkeley, USC, and Occidental College. Communities continue to suffer every day this process is delayed. I want to thank Councilmember John Lee for your vote in support of the oil phase out motion at the Plum Committee 5 months ago. We urge you to waive the motion for an oil phase out.
Thank you, caller. That's your time. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Good afternoon. My name is Richard Parks with Redeemer Community Partnership, and I'd like to make a general public comment, please.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Councilmember Lee, for 8 years, the Stand LA Coalition has been working to protect our children's health and the health of our community by ending toxic neighborhood oil drilling. You voted to support the oil phase-out motion at Plum, along with Councilmember Ridley Thomas several months ago. Councilmember Bonin has been a long supporter of this motion, but currently it's stuck here in your committee. I'm grateful for your public support several months ago, but I'm concerned that the motion has been deliberately stalled here. You no doubt recognize that justice delayed makes big oil a lot of money, profits that our children are paying for with their health. Councilmember Lee, would you please tell us, when will you waive the phase-out motion or place it on the agenda?
Thank you, caller. That's your time. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Hello, my name is Ashley Hernandez, and I wanted to give a general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Ashley Hernandez, and I'm a resident in Wilmington, California. I live 600 feet from one of the largest drill sites that we have in Southern California. I wanted to call in and echo a lot of what my colleagues and our Stand LA Coalition.
Did we lose her, Mr. King?
I believe we lost that caller. Last caller, if you call back, you can continue your time. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Hello, my name is Hugo Garcia, and I want to make a general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'm the campaign coordinator for environmental justice at Esperanza Community Housing and the People Not Pozos campaign in the University Park community of South Central Los Angeles. Residents in University Park have suffered tremendously due to the significant negative health effects brought on by living 50 feet from the Alanco oil drilling site. Alanco has poisoned the community. Oil drilling is not compatible with healthy living in any neighborhood in the city. We thank you, Councilmember Lee, for your vote in support of the oil phase-out motion at Plum Committee. We urge you to waive the motion for an oil phase-out from this committee as soon as possible and move it to full city council chambers. It's time. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Caller, I believe that got cut off. I'll restart your time.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Caller with the last 47753, I believe you're the one that got cut off. I'll restart your time if you want to begin.
That wasn't you. Come here.
Caller with the last four, 7753, are you there? Okay, we'll come back. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on. Caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on. Caller with the last four digits, 5410. Please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on. Okay, we'll come back. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on. Caller with the last four digits, 4551. Please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on if you'd like to speak.
Hi, I'm Allison Hom with CBE calling in for general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm Allison Hom with CBE calling in as a proud member of Stand LA, calling today to ask you to do something very simple. To waive out of this committee the oil phase-out motion that would not in itself phase out oil extraction, but set in motion a process to do so. Neighborhood drill sites, sometimes an arm's length from schoolyards and homes, greatly increase and compound a slew of toxic emissions. People today should not be forced to live on the front lines of oil drilling. Thank you, Councilmember Lee, for your vote in support of the oil phase-out motion at the Plum Committee. We urge you to waive out the motion for an oil phase-out from this committee as soon as possible. We look forward to working with members of this committee to make sure this motion comes to the full council as soon as possible. We urge members of this committee to do what you can to waive the motion out for an oil phase-out for the greater health and well-being of our communities. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, caller. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Wendy Miranda, and I'd like to give general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute. Go ahead.
So again, my name is Wendy Miranda, and I'm a resident of Wilmington, which is home to the largest concentration of oil wells in the city of LA. I've lived here most of my life, and literally everybody I've known has had their health impacted because of living in close proximity to these wells. And I know Wilmington is not the only neighborhood impacted by this. From South LA to Wilmington to Porter Ranch, all these communities are greatly impacted by the oil and gas industry. We need bold policies to protect public health and the environment. Our communities have waited long for the oil phase-out motion to be brought to the City Council. So I'm asking this committee to waive this motion out of the Arts and Parks Committee that would not in itself phase out oil extraction, but set in a motion a process to do so. And we look forward to working with members of this committee to make sure that this motion comes to the full council as soon as possible. We urge members of this committee to do what you can to waive the motion for an oil phase out of this committee and now allow it to move forward through the City Council.
Thank you, caller. That's your time. We will. Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
No, I'm just listening.
Next caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on. Caller, please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on. I see you've unmuted. Caller with the last 45410. You're there. This is your last opportunity to speak. Okay, we'll move on. Next caller, I believe you are the one that got cut off. We'll try one more time. Last four of your number is 7753. Please state your name and which items you'd like to speak on.
Hi, my name is Ashley Hernandez, and I wanted to give a general public comment.
Yeah, go ahead. 1 minute.
Yes, thank you. My name is Ashley. I'm a resident from Wilmington, California, and I live around 600 feet from one of the largest drill sites in the state of California. I'm excited to join the Stand LA team today and continue to urge the continued support that we've had with this motion. While we're urging you to move quickly, we recognize that ensuring displaced workers are transitioned into good high road jobs and supported with necessary training and wage replacement is critically important. Stand LA is already partnering with LA County and is eager to partner with the city at LA as well as on a just transition task force focused on creating a high road jobs into both capping and remediation of oil wells and the broader transition of off of fossil fuels. Beyond that, we encourage you to check out the California Climate Workers Plan endorsed by 19 unions in California, including those representing fossil fuel workers, and creating 1 million jobs statewide through climate transition and infrastructure investments. The blueprint for high road and equitable transitions is there, and environmental justice communities are eager to work with you and make this all a reality.
Thank you, caller. That's your time. Okay, last opportunity. If there's someone who has not spoken, please press *9 to raise your hand. Last opportunity for public comment. Mr. Chair, I believe that concludes public comment.
All right, thanks, Mr. King. Councilmember Bonin, looking at our agenda, most of these commission appointments are reappointments of commissioners that we've known, and we just had the pleasure of having Ms. Nunez, Commissioner Nunez, in our committee. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to call all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on consent. And number 9, I know that you've had concerns with in the past. Unless there's objection, I'd also like to place that on the consent calendar.
All cool with 1 through 7. Just had a really quick question on 9, but I think it's okay.
No problem. Mr. Clerk, if you can call the roll on items 1 through 7.
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Councilmember John Lee.
Aye.
Councilmember Mike Bonin.
Aye.
Items 1 through 7 is approved, sir.
Great. And Ms. Nunez, thank you for being here in the committee. And again, thank you so much for your service to our city.
Thank you so much, Councilmember John Lee. And again, thank you to Mayor Eric Garcetti for reappointing me to the Pueblo Commission. It's a great honor. And thank you, Councilmember Mike Bonin, as well.
You bet.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, why don't we take up item number 8, Mr. City Clerk, if you can read that too.
Certainly, sir. Item number 8 is a Los Angeles Department of Aging report relative to the 2021-22 Senior Service Program update of the department's 2020-24 area plan.
And I believe we have Mariela from the Department of Aging here to give us.
Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Floor is yours.
So right now, the Department of Aging is updating its 2020-2024 area plan. It is a requirement from our largest funder, the Older Americans Act, through the state of California. This is the second update, and this is basically our strategic plan that allows us to draw down the funds from the federal government. And it is also our compliance document that measures the outcomes of the department's objectives and goals and objectives. And right now, we have actually realigned it with our age-friendly initiative.
Thank you. Mostly, I wanted to call this and just to thank your department for all your work during this past year and a half, working very closely with my office, I'm sure with many of the other council offices to serve our most vulnerable in our communities. So thank you to all of you. I looked over the plan. I know some of the things are being impacted by COVID in implementing those things, but just wanted that opportunity to just say thank you to you guys.
Thank you.
Mr. Bonin, Councilmember Bonin, do you have any questions about this?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. Mr. Villanueva, would you mind calling the roll on this item?
Yes, sir. Councilmember John Lee,
Aye.
Councilmember Mike Bonin.
Aye.
The item is approved, sir.
All right. Thanks, Mario, from the committee.
Thank you.
All right. Next item, Mr. Clerk.
Item number 9 is a city attorney report and ordinance relative to amending the Los Angeles Municipal Code to allow riding of non-motorized bicycles, scooters, inline skates, roller skates, or wheelchairs in designated all-wheel parks.
Mr. Bonin, I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Thanks. Just a quick question. I guess this is for Mr. Dundas or maybe Daryl or both. I had some concerns about this one before. I wanted to make sure that we weren't allowing scooters and motorized devices in a bowl-like environment like we have at Venice Beach. I understand that's been addressed here. I just want to make sure my understanding is correct and that a list will go to the Rec and Park Board to approve, and it presumably will not include the parks with deep bowls.
Hi, Councilmember Bond and Daryl for Recreation and Parks. Correct. The department will prepare a list of recommendations for sites that will be able to utilize these scooters and take that to the board prior to the ordinance going into effect. And as you noted, part of our analysis will include whether or not the site has the conditions that are necessary, where that will be a safe activity. So we'll do that as a part of our analysis. Absolutely, Councilmember.
All good. Thank you. Then I'd move approval, Mr. Chair.
All right, Mr. Villanueva, if you don't mind calling the roll on this item.
Certainly, Mr. Chair. Councilmember John Lee,
Aye.
Councilmember Mike Bonin.
Aye.
The item is approved, sir.
All right, Mr. City Clerk, are there any other items to consider?
The desk is clear, sir.
All right. Well, thank you very much for everyone for attending the Arts, Parks, Health, Education, and Neighborhoods Committee. This meeting is now adjourned. Thank you, Councilman Bonner.
Thank you.